Hello everyone, my name is Justin and welcome back to the Winnipeg Jets GM Mode series. I have an owner mode series on my channel. If you're interested, please go check that out. I do want to say I'm trying a new microphone setup. Hopefully it sounds okay and hopefully it's not too loud, which it might be, but I'll deal with that if that happens. So where we left off, it's been a little while here. We are 12-5-3 in year 2 of our GM Mode series with the Winnipeg Jets. Off to a pretty good start. I did not want to hit that, but I did. I want to go to manage rosters and edit lines. We were contemplating our lines last episode, and this is what we have going. If these guys don't start growing, then I'm going to have to move them back to their actual spots. Howden, I think he's in for someone potentially because I don't think I would have him on the third line. Yeah, he's in for Marco Dano. Okay, that makes sense. So we're just going to simulate to the trade deadline in this episode and hopefully have a good record, hopefully be in playoff contention, and potentially next episode we'll start off with a trade to even bolster our team more if that's even necessary. So, just a basic simming episode. An overtime loss. A 1-0 loss. Not the best start, that's for sure. But we come off with a big win against Toronto. We are facing Chicago. And a shootout loss. Better than a regulation loss, I guess. There we have a big win. Marco Dano is available to play. We're going to plug him in. Okay, and we're going to continue the simming. Shootout loss. Okay. So our record isn't awful right now. It could be a little bit better, but it's not awful. Them 6 overtime losses, imagine if those are wins, then we are in a very good spot. – 4-0 victory. 5-3 win. We've really just taken off. I knew we had a good team this year. I was hoping we'd be able to compete, and we are. I thought we would be able to compete last year, though, and we didn't. So, you know, unless things turn south, this could be a pretty big year for the Winnipeg Jets. Our amateur scout wants us to send him on out. We'll send him over to Russia. By the way, if this audio doesn't work out very good, it will be back to the old one. So we'll see. So not too good in our last few games. Hopefully we can bounce back against Colorado, and we do not. There's a big win. Overtime loss. Okay, 1-0 win. We are pretty much zooming. – 3-1 loss. 2-1 shootout loss. Okay, we're in a little bit of a slump. Connor Miller. But we answer with 2 big wins up against Chicago. And a huge win. 3 huge wins in a row. We got some hard teams here. Colin Miller. Doesn't sound too familiar. I believe he is actually our defenseman, yeah. Who grew pretty well, up to an 83. So one thing we have to discuss, not this year because we are going for a true playoff push, but eventually it's going to be time for guys like Bufflin and Wheeler to move on with their careers. I don't want it to be this year. I want to make sure we have a team that's playoff competent if they were to leave, and this team isn't that yet, but I don't want them to stick around for another 5 years, essentially. We need our youth to take over. Up against Washington, a big victory there. The amateur scout calling again. We'll check out defensemen in the WHL. Colin Miller back once again. A little bit of a concerning thing is Laine did grow to an 85, but Ehlers still has not grown. He's really not getting that many points. But Perot isn't either, so. We'll just let it be. We're winning games. Hopefully they can grow by the trade deadline. They'll be a little bit more grown. Mark Scheifele, that hurts a little bit. A lot, actually. I was scared he wouldn't grow, but he's up to a 91, I believe it was. So that's really good. Oh, shoot. He was replacing, so now we have Paul Postma at first line center. That's not good. I should change it, but I probably should change it. I was hoping one of them would be back by now, but they're not. So I gotta do all this freaking bull garbage. How long are they injured for? 1 week and 5 days. I don't really have to call someone out for that, I don't think. Yeah, because we got like 5 days right here. So first we'll put Howden in. Get out of there, Paul Postma. In the future, I'm probably going to have to make sure that doesn't happen, but we have a pretty good record. I know we just lost quite a few games, but hopefully we'll be able to bounce back. 2 more games before the trade deadline. We'll check out people from around the league. Okay. So we are 30, 21, and 10 here at the trade deadline. Not the worst record, but definitely not the best. We are only 4th in our division, a very hard division. So maybe something has to change. So we will start by going at the Stats Central. Let's go to team standings. Let's go to the whole league. So point-wise, we are 14th. That's not very good. Goals found per game. Am I not hitting the right? I'm not hitting the right sort button. Yeah, we can use some offense, definitely. Goals allowed per game. A little bit better. Power play percentage. PK percentage. missed our team somewhere. Oh, okay, our PK is pretty good. So that's not good that our best player only has 49 points right now. Blake Wheeler with 49 points. That's not good. Shifley only 41 and 53. I mean, this is supposed to be the year that he put up first line numbers, and it's not happening. Ehlers, Line, Verbata, Lowry, Perreault, Dano. I think we need to add a forward, and I think we can probably ship out a guy like Matthew Perreault and upgrade him with someone for a top 6, then move Verbata down to the third line or something along those lines. I didn't check defenseman or anything, did I? Nope. $25 for Buffalo, and everyone else is kind of poopy. And let's check out our goalies. Okay, so it appears as if Hillebuck should be getting the starts. We should have noticed that earlier. I think starting next episode, we're going to give him the starts. Comrie just isn't cutting it. I think he is our starting goalie in the future, Comrie. But maybe this year we got to give him the majority of the starts to Hillebuck. Okay, we will check for people we could potentially trade for. Browse trade blocks. You're looking for top 6 forwards. For this year. Backlund, not really what we want. Stepniak, we don't really need. Varlamov and Korpisalo, but we don't need them, I don't think. Mike Condon, we don't need. There's really no one available, is there? A lot of goldies. Here we go, one of the Sedin twins. That could help us out big time. We'll look at their point totals. I believe we should get the sniper. I think we should get Daniel. We have enough centers too, by the way. I think we should get Daniel, put him on the lowest trade value, put him on the first line with Wheeler and Shifley, and then move Ehlers down with Line and Little, and then we'll go Dano, Lowry, Verbata, and then Kosmachuk. I think it's Perreault's timeout. We can give them to Perreault. Give them Perreault, who's only 30, so he can add some good leadership for some young guys during their rebuilding stage. View player info. Let's see what kind of year he's having. Yeah, 42 and 59. That's solid. We'll see what kind of year that Henrik is having. Actually, a better year. But I think we'd rather have the sniper. But you guys can discuss that in the comments. Let's see if there's anyone for Washington. No. So tell me, is that a good move to get Daniel or Henrik Sedin? Which one should I get? We have a lot of playmakers already, which is why I'm leaning towards Daniel. Can we still sign free agents? I didn't even think that was. No one here would help us, but it's not the point. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I ask that you please subscribe. Please leave a like. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next episode when we hopefully clinch a playoff berth.